Hello everyone, this is Weathermiss, and in this episode of Redstone Creations, I'm going to show you how to make a pressure plate activated door. And basically what's going to happen is you're going to be able to walk over these pressure plates and your door is just going to open for you. So let's go ahead and test it out. So as you can see, you can go ahead and change these blocks, but as you switch on the pressure plate, the doors will open for you and you can walk through. So for the beginning, you have two sets of pressure plates here for the entrance and the exit. That way you can activate it as you're walking through both ways. However, this is not very good for having on the outside of your place for survival because monsters can activate it and can open it. But this is a great kind of door that you can add for an enchantment room, or if you have a chest room or whatever, a separate room inside of your mine house, you can have these doors and it's a nice little entryway. So I put this black glass here. You can put whatever you want in here, but let's go ahead and see how the mechanic works. So basically you have your buttons up here and underneath you have redstone, and basically when you step on the pressure plate, it's going to activate the redstone and make it open. So I have the redstone connecting to both pressure plates underneath. That way you only have to have one mechanism on one side. If you were to have them separated, you would have to have this kind of mechanism on both sides, and it is a mess. It just gets to be bulky. So I have them connected to both, and that way you only need one side to have the mechanism. Now I don't know if this is the most efficient way to create this. However, this is the easiest way that I think for me is. I'm no expert on redstone, but this is how I like to do it. So you can imagine as you press on the button, it's going to activate this redstone, and it's going to follow this path until it hits this block. When the redstone passes through a block, it switches charges. So since this is deactivated, it activates this torch. And so when you were to, if you step on the pressure plate, like so, you can't see it from here, but basically this torch turns off. So right now, as it's powered down, or as the pistons are extended, you have this is off, this is on, and then it will turn into this block and it will deactivate this torch because this is activated. So every time it passes through a block, it either activates it or deactivates it depending on what's going inside. And then this torch is off, so it goes into this block and it will activate this torch, which is why these pressure plates, or I'm sorry, these pistons are activated, because you have an active redstone going through here. You also have one going through here because it's diagonal and it counts, and then you also have one going through up here. Now this right now, these pistons don't have any use, but this is just to kind of show you that if you wanted to make it 3 tall, you can do that too. All you have to do is add a block up here. If you take away this block and you took away this piston, this 2 thing would still work. But this is in case you want to have a really, really tall door. So that's pretty much it as far as this side go, and then the other side is exactly the same. You have your deactivated trail up until this block, and then they'll switch back and forth from activated to deactivated as it goes through the blocks, and then you have your pistons activated. Alright, for the sake of this example, I changed this to a wooden pressure plate. That way I can place something on it and I can show you guys what the pattern would look like if the pistons were not activated. In other words, the doors are open. So when they're not activated, they are compact, and you see that these are shut. But when the door is closed, that's when your pistons are activated. So that's something you need to look out for. So when the button is pressed, you have your active go through here, and then this was active before, now it's deactivated, and then it goes through, and these pistons are now deactivated. And so that will cause the door to open. And then if you take the block away, it activates the pistons, and that causes them to close. And this is just to show you guys what it looks like to have it 3 tall instead of 2 tall. It looks cooler, I think. But for simplicity, if you wanted to go for 2 tall as far as redstone goes, you can stick to that. It's whatever you feel comfortable with and whatever you think looks the best. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Redstone Creations, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye!